for the Heather Hansen ONeill highly scientific assessment. You're going to raise your hand and put up the number of fingers for the amount of energy your partner had in describing their goal. Now, this is highly scientific, so you have to hear the parameters. 1 means we need coffee stat. My partner is about to fall asleep. Then there's 2, 3, 4, 5 is my partner is on fire. They are going to achieve every goal they have ever set out for themselves. Okay, it's time. Raise your hand. Put up the fingers for the amount of energy that your partner had. Awesome. Great. I love human nature. I love human nature. Every time I have ever done this exercise, this happens, and then they see their partner looking at them. Every single time. It's fantastic. I'm going to explain to you in just one moment why I had you do that, but first I want to share with you one more story. This one's about my father. My father used to work a lot, and when he wasn't working, he and I would go hiking. And I remember very vividly, I was 11, almost 12 years old, and we had stopped to skip stones in the creek. My father turned to me and he said, "Heather, you can do or be anything you want. I hope you choose something that makes you happy." Now, fathers probably say things like this to their daughters all the time, right? So why would that make such an impact on me, who I am, and what I do? Probably would help to understand my dad a little bit more. You see, he hated what he did for a living. And every day, he would come home with pain and stress etched on his face and evident in his body. Now imagine seeing someone that you love every day in pain and stress. Then imagine that same person turning to you and saying, "You have other options. You get to choose." It's guided me in every decision I've made. It's why I started dancing professionally at 13. It's why I started my business. It's why today I get the great pleasure to jump out of bed in the morning and spend time with amazing people like you, hoping that at least one of you will walk out of this room changed in some capacity, learning a different strategy, a different mindset, a different way of doing things to make your lives easier and better. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do, and that's why I tell this story and do this exercise. Now, before we get to the point, I love this, we're going to do it one more time, but a little bit differently. You're going to go back to your partner. And now, instead of sharing what your goal is, I want you to think about something that you're really passionate about. It might be work. It might be your family. It might be a hobby that you have. It could be something that speaks to your heart and how you contribute to the world. I don't care what it is, but you're going to spend 1 minute sharing it with your partner now. It's time for the Heather Hansen ONeill Highly Scientific Assessment. Please raise your hand and put up the number of fingers for the amount of energy your partner had this time. Awesome. Now use those 5 fingers and give your partner a high five. Fabulous.